Okay, folks, we are live here today. My name is Fred Caney of Valley Bigfootin', and this evening, we are going to be interviewing Brenda Harris, and she's going to be calling here in a few minutes. So I'm just waiting on her to call right now, and we'll see what happens. Till then, Brenda Harris is, oh, hold on a minute. Okay, there we go. Okay, anyway, like I said, we are, we are live, and I see someone in the background there. Okay, we are live, and we're going to be talking with Brenda Harris, and she'll be calling here in a few minutes and everything. But till then, she's from New Mexico, and Leo, what did you learn about Brenda?
What did I learn about Brenda?
Yeah, when you researched her.
I couldn't find a whole lot. It seems that she had started a new group, and I couldn't. It's Shadow Seekers.
Oh, okay.
I know that much.
All right. Oh yes.
I couldn't quite find enough to get into the group or see much, but I do know that that's part. That's her deal and kind of what she's doing.
It's for me. Hello?
Hello?
Brenda? Okay. You ready to start? Okay, go ahead and tell people about yourself and what you do and everything, to introduction-wise.
Okay, right now?
Yeah, go ahead. We're live.
Oh, okay. Well, hi, thank you for having me on the show tonight. My name is Brenda Harris from New Mexico. I live on the reservation in an area called Fruitland area. And I've been doing this Bigfoot investigating for a very long time. Goes back into my childhood. But as a teen, looking into it more and reading on Bigfoot and stuff like that, and that's just kind of from there. Been doing a lot of investigation since.
Oh, okay.
I've, haven't really said anything to, my family. I just kept it real quiet for a long time until back in 2009 is when I finally put it up and away. But I've been doing it.
Oh.
And having a lot of sightings in different areas on the reservation, on and off the reservation. So I've been doing that for quite some time.
Oh, okay. That sounds good. Can y'all hear Brenda on the phone?
Kind of.
Can y'all hear Brenda? Leo, can
She's
you hear
low,
Brenda?
but I can hear her, but she's a little low.
Okay, well, let me slide it up here a little bit. All right. What do you when did you first get into researching Bigfoot, Brenda?
Like I said, it goes back to, I would say back in the late 80s is when I first had my first encounter.
Oh, okay. Can you describe what you saw and what it looked like and everything when you saw it?
Sure. I was it was in the summer, and my husband had just left for a graveyard shift, and I had my two young ones with me at the time, and we had our my kids' relatives from next door. They came over and were going to spend the night. And like I said, it was in summer, so I had my windows open, in the house. And at the time we were in a double wide. So when I had my living room window open and our bedroom window open, and my husband had left it was about 10:30 at night when he left for the shift. Get out of this there with the kids. And everybody's talking and laughing, just have a good time. All of a sudden I start hearing something walking up past the window, and in the front of our yard there we have our walkway, we have gravel. I could hear, like heavy steps, and then what really caught my attention was the dogs really whimpering and crying underneath the porch. I'm like, wow, what's making them do that?
Oh, wow, that's pretty cool. All right, hold on for a second, Brenda. Anybody who's got any questions, go ahead to the chat on your link and just ask questions, so we can ask Brenda too, and everything. Okay. Now, I'm kind of new at doing interviews with people, so you got to kind of you got to, I don't know, I can't explain. Anyway, when you okay, you say you live on a reservation, right?
Yes, I do.
Okay. Do they have any do they have anything on about the Bigfoots in their area and what they believe and everything?
Do they have Bigfoots running around here? Is that what you're asking?
No. I know they got Bigfoots running around. I mean, what do others think in on the reservation about the Bigfoots? What do they say when they hear about it? Stuff like that?
Well, we're told not to talk about it. We're told to be quiet about it and just leave it alone. Let it do what it needs to do. And that's among the native people, the Navajo people, that you just leave it alone. Don't bother it.
Okay, so they basically say that Bigfoot is like a no-no subject, more or less term?
Yes, exactly, yes.
Oh, okay.
And some not to be talked about.
Oh, okay. All right. Chief, you have any questions for Brenda?
Brenda, did you grow up learning about Bigfoot on the nation? On the reservation there? Is it part of the heritage?
Wait a minute. Say that again, Keith.
Is it part of your heritage, the Bigfoot?
Is it part of your heritage?
Learning about them?
It is. But that was like practical. Even today, still right now, today, people are starting to come out and talk about it more, which is a good thing, I think. I mean, that's just my personal opinion. And it's a good thing that people are talking about it because of some of the things that these things are doing on people's property. And they want to know why, what's it doing, what does it want. Back then, it's just hush, you be quiet, and talk about it. Like I said, you leave it alone, you don't bother it, it won't bother you. But things from that time to now has changed, that means that these things are coming up onto people's property, taking their livestock, scaring some of the people, and people don't know what to do. What do you do? Do we just leave it? Yeah, we're supposed to leave it alone, but really we just keep our mouth shut about it. What if it attacks somebody, which it has? And so we're not supposed to say anything about that. It's
right.
Things have changed right now, so it's a good thing that people are talking about it because they want to know. They want to know what can be done that these things can stay away from our place. And that's where I try to share some of the things that I think would help the people, things, what they can do and what not to do. It has helped a whole bunch of people, a lot of people on the reservation.
Right.
And, people are starting to come out and talk about it. And to me, I think it's a good thing. I don't know why it's such a, hush deal. It's been here days for a long time, forever. You know, but things, like I said, have changed from that point to now.
Oh,
You know,
okay.
people want to take extra precautions. People out there think that these things are nice and friendly, but in reality, no, it's not.
Okay.
People need to be careful out there. So, you know, people want to try and talk to it, communicate it. I totally disagree with that. You know, I know people are not going to agree with me on that, but that's just my own opinion. Like I said, you know, just leave it alone. Period. You know, people out here still, they leave it alone. But if it starts taking something that they shouldn't take, the people will do something about it. They have every right to do something about it.
Right. Okay. So, how do you go about doing your research down there where you live at? How do you go about it? How you more or less terms, um, when you first got into Bigfoot and you started researching, how'd you go about going about researching? Like, did you go out and, into mountainous areas to research him, or you just read up and stuff like that?
Oh no, I don't. I really don't need to read a lot about it, and I don't really need to go to the mountains because they're basically in my backyard. I live about a half a mile from the San Juan River, and these things travel along the rivers. Yeah, I do read some, but you know, I don't rely just a lot on the reading. I'm not one of those that sits behind the computer and you know reads a lot. I actually go out there out in the field to see, you know, what kind of evidence is out there. Trees broken, dead animals, their smells, hair, footprints, their handprints, you know, different things. We're out there looking.
Right.
So.
Okay. Brenda, do you have any questions for? Leo, do you have any questions for Brenda?
Yes, I do. Maybe not a question so much as a comment. I can understand completely how back years ago the Native Americans agreed, let's just leave it alone. And that's the best thing and probably what should be done now. But as we all know, society encroaches into their territory, and it's such a delicate balance, or a do you get what I'm saying, to try and leave them alone, but we're also moving into their territory. Do you get what I'm saying, Brenda? What are your thoughts on that?
Well, when I found out about this area out there, okay, say like a mountain, okay, that's their territory. I'll go look and see, and if they don't want me there, they'll make it known, and I leave. Here at home where I live, in the residential area, farming area, there's so many people out here. This is our territory out here.
Yes.
Therefore, someone's going to come in, okay, say like you get a robber. Someone's going to come in and take something. What are you going to do? You can stand there and just let them take it? I don't think so. You're going to make them say, you're here. This is your property.
I agree.
They need to go back into the mountains and stay up in the mountains where they belong. I get a lot of people that get upset that some other, we're getting a lot of outsiders coming in, roaming along the Animas River. And, you know, that's their business. You know, they can do that. I can't stop them.
Right. Have you,
But therefore, if you're on the reservation, you've got to have guys, if you're going to be on the reservation, to look around. You can't be out there by yourself.
I agree with what you're saying. I was just talking about maybe the delicate balance between.
land out here, or in the area where I live. This is the people's property. You know, people watch out. They look. They listen, and if they see something that's not right, they'll go out there and check and see. But if they see something like that, a lot of the time, sometimes they'll yell at it and tell them to get out of here. You know, say something to them, and that will, you know, get. And most of the time, they'll leave.
Yeah.
In a statement like, hey, this is our territory. You need to go back. You need to go back up the mountain. That's where you belong.
Have you ever been followed, and have you ever noticed the smell that they give off if there's any smell in the ones down your way?
Oh, yeah. We get the smell. It could be a rotten, dead animal to a skunky smell. Horrible smell. Very strong odor.
How many juveniles have you seen since you've been researching?
This year alone, I have probably seen, let's see, I'm going to say about 5 of them just in our area.
What was their
I've seen one baby one. The baby one, I'm going to say maybe was about maybe 9, 10 months old. About maybe 9 to 10 months old. They do the smaller ones were probably about size of a maybe 2, 3-year-old.
Okay.
This was back in March, and I've been kind of following the group, just kind of watching here and there. But yeah, there are quite a few young ones running around. Now that's just in our area here in the recruitment. Now along the river going towards the west or to the east, there's more. So just within the past 3, 4 years, it has really grown in numbers.
Yeah.
Now, it's not just here, like I said, in our area. It's going all the way up into Colorado and the Utah area as well.
Yeah, I've noticed on the map of the United States, it shows the Sasquatch, the Bigfoot sightings, and it seems that for some reason that the East Coast going out toward Colorado has got more Squatch sightings than it does on the West Coast now.
Yes.
What's your opinion on that?
They're moving right along. I mean, they're going everywhere in numbers. All over the place, all over the state, I believe.
Yeah. If anybody has any questions for Brenda Harris on the chat line, go ahead and ask questions, and I'll ask them for her. Do that. Keith.
Hello.
Question.
I don't have one right now.
Okay, that's cool.
Mm.
Okay, Brenda. In your opinion, what do you think Sasquatch is? Do you think it's Gigantopithecus? Do you think it's human hybrid, or do you think it's a missing link?
I would say human hybrid.
Would say what?
There's some human to it.
Okay. I got a DNA sheet from the Johns Hopkins University through the Maryland Bigfoot Research Organization. And believe it or not, Bigfoot is human hybrid.
Yes. I believe it.
Yeah, and the whole time I've been saying, like, because what got me started was in 1981, I had one step out 5 feet in front of me and stand there and look at me. It was like looking at a brick wall. But now, here in the last couple of years, you know, in my research area, you know, I mean, I got juveniles following me everywhere. Got them on video right now. Today I went hunting. I got 2 6-foot brothers. Their hair is black, like a Labrador, shiny like a Labrador, but their face is black, but they don't have no hair on their face.
No.
And they're curious. Now, how curious are the ones in your area?
They're pretty curious. They're so curious that they're starting to really look at people's windows now. Even more now.
I ain't got that far yet because my research area is a mile away from my house, but I live in a mobile home unit. It's like on a big giant rock hill, and I got like over 130,000 acres of national forest, but they do come out of the woods into subdivision that meets up with the national forest, and they do dumpster dive. I have I've talked to people, and they tell me they've seen something dumpster dive, and they knew it wasn't a bear because the way they got these dumpsters set up is a bear can't get into them. They're bear proof. But every once in a while, when the guys come to get the trash to leave, they got a padlock to get locked. And the padlock, and the lid has been lifted, and the padlock broke and everything. So, how strong do you think a Sasquatch is?
Oh my gosh, they're very strong. I don't know how else to put it. I mean, just super strength.
Yeah, that's true too.
Very, very strong.
Yeah. Well, what's your main goal in researching? I mean, yeah, your main goal in researching Bigfoot. What is it that you want to accomplish? Like me, I want to accomplish, that I know they exist, and all I want to do is have one come out, stand right out in front of me, and look at me and try and walk away. Then I'll be happy. Well, how's your thing like that?
For me, is I want the people to be safe out there. I've seen them. I've seen how big they are, how tall they are, how fast they can move. Safety is my number one issue right now. I just want people to be safe out there.
Now, I know they're fast because I had a 6-footer come out in front of me back about 3 years ago, and I got out of my Jeep and I went to approach it, and yards in about 4 seconds.
I believe it, yeah.
Do you? Okay, that is pretty wild. Do you have any footprints, any hair or anything like that you collected?
Yes, I have.
Okay, what's the biggest print you found or have?
The biggest print, I would say, it was 22 inches in the back shell, and then it started coming down from there. The one that was about 25 yards from our house, the backyard, that one measured a little over 19 inches long, 2.5 inches, 4.5 inches wide.
Wow. That's cool.
That was back in 2009.
Ah, okay. So right now you're seeing mostly, you're seeing a bunch of young ones running around right now?
Yeah, the young ones and also the adult ones are running around as well.
Okay. I want to ask you a question, all right? And I know about my area, but when do you think their birthing time is in that particular part of the country?
I would have to say during the springtime.
April and May?
Yeah.
Okay, it'd be the same here.
Might be even a little earlier than that.
Yeah, because I got 3 or 4 birthing areas. When I go into them around April and May, I get some growl up there. But the growl is so intense that it vibrates through your body.
Oh, yeah.
You've had that before?
Sorry?
Have you had that experience before?
Oh, yes, I have.
That's cool. I like it. That's cool.
I have a question for you.
Leo, yes, ma'am. Leo's got a question for you.
I have been wondering lately, do you have any idea or any guess? What do you think the gestation period is for a Sasquatch?
What did you say again? I keep getting like a weird sound. Picking up a little bit of what you said.
What is what's that?
Gestation period.
Gestation period, do you think of discuss of them?
Oh, let me see here. Oh, hold on, I'm thinking here.
Okay.
Ours is 40 weeks. So, would you think it would be more?
Lales thinks it's about 40 weeks.
No.
I would say about the same. I believe it would be the same as like regular as humans. I
Nine
think
months.
it would be the same.
9 months.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's very interesting. Because I'm learning a lot. I'm still learning a lot and everything. But what is your tips for beginners or someone who wants to get into it but don't know how to get into Bigfoot? What's your best advice?
Be better to stay away from it. If you don't know what you're doing, it's best to just stay out of it. If you really, really want to know, get someone with a lot of experience in this field that is not afraid. Learn from them as much as you can. If you are one of those that you hear a yell and you can't take that kind of yell, then you don't need to be in this kind of field.
That's good advice right there. Because I've been yelled at, I've been screamed at, I've been growled at, I've had rocks thrown at me, I've had trees thrown at me, and I just stand there. And they realize that it ain't no use doing it because I ain't gonna leave. Now, as far as the aggressiveness, I've read, researched, and learned that from Canada down into Washington State on the West Coast and coming toward the east, they get less aggressive and shorter in size. The biggest one in my area is 11 foot, and he's the dominant male in this valley right now, and everything. So how can you say about your area on that part? I mean, how are they mostly curious or are they aggressive, like the other tribesmen? They they go out, they find like dead livestock or something, or some livestock is missing, and do they think Sasquatch is very aggressive, or do you think he's just pain in the rear end, more to say?
We have a lot of them that are curious, and yes, we do have some aggressive ones. From the way that they have killed livestock, yeah, it's very aggressive how they do that.
Huh. You ever seen them? You ever seen them or heard them chasing wildlife like deer or something like that?
I've heard about it, and I've heard people say that I've had one that we just recently did a investigation on back in September, where the family went out to the ranch up in the mountains late on a weekend every Saturday night, and they wanted to go camp out, and they went up there. They all stayed up in the corral. I'm not too sure how many were with them, but they said that they had parked inside the corral, and starting about 7:30 on the last yell was probably about 11 o'clock at night. they heard woods, I believe some, we got howls that was going on. And the next morning they got up, to go look for footprints, see what kind of evidence they could find. That the night that they were there when the yells were going on, the howls were going on, they said one was coming from the south, the north, the west, like they were moving in. And when that finally stopped about 11 o'clock at night, the next morning, like I said, they got up to go see if they could find footprints close by, close to ranches or, So they got up to start walking around, did a little bit of hiking, off to the outside of the corral, about maybe between 150 to 170 yards away on the south side. One of the family members happened to find deer, not a deer, but a buck. And the way this buck was killed it was amazing. When I went to go look at it, the body was twisted very bad. And I'd never seen anything twisted animal the way this one was twisted.
Was there any parts taken off, like the back straps or the tender or the hind quarters or front quarters, neck ropes or something like that? Or it was just
everything was pretty much intact, but you can see where some chunks were being taken out. The front leg was wrapped around the neck of the buck. It was just twisted. Wow. I did a video on that, and I've been having some things together so I can get that up on YouTube here pretty soon. I'm still working on it. I haven't got it up because I'm doing some of their videos at the same time. I've been having a lot of calls come in. So I'm kind of running behind on putting up this video.
Right.
And, I know a bear didn't do this. There was no cat tracks, coyotes, wolves, tracks like that was around this buck when we went to go do our investigation. There was no other wildlife, but we did find some very big footprints.
Yeah. Well, I know y'all got some big cats down there.
Mm-hmm.
We got them here too.
Yep.
You've heard them chatter, haven't you?
I'm sorry?
Have you heard them chatter before? Sound like someone talking off in the distance. You ever heard that before? Chattering.
Yeah.
Okay, now, what language do you think the Sasquatch speaks?
It's really hard to say. I can't pinpoint what kind of language they're using.
Okay, because in my area, it's ancient Cherokee dialect.
Mm-hmm.
I heard.
I hear it's different. It's just, to me, it sounds like some kind of mumbling sound. I just can't pick up on what they're saying.
Yeah. Well, they talk so fast.
Oh yeah.
There was a guy in the Navy who was during the Korean War. His job was to break codes of the enemy.
Right.
And when he retired, his son come to him and asked him. He was doing a school project, and it was about the language of the Sasquatch.
Right.
So he went and got on the Sierra sounds.
Oh yeah. You're talking about Stan Nelson, right?
Right.
Yeah, exactly. I've met him. I've had him out here. We did the first Bigfoot conference out here in New Mexico. He came to speak at the conference, and it was amazing how he translated that.
Yeah, I think he slowed it down by 98%, and I can't remember what language he said they were speaking. Old Spanish or something like that.
So something like that. I don't remember, but yeah, I do remember him playing that.
Yeah, because I got to Sierra sounds, and I've tried to slow them down, but I don't know how to do it. But it's very interesting how he does everything. Okay, let's see here. Keith, you got any questions?
Brenda, do you go out by yourself or in a group all the time?
Do you go by yourself or do you go in a group, Brenda?
Usually, I try to go to the group some of the times, and the guys are working. A lot of the guys are working right now. And so sometimes I end up going by myself.
Do you do any gifting or anything like that?
What was that again?
Gifting or
No, I will not do that.
okay? Can you explain the reason why you don't do it?
Because they'll be expecting it all the time, and if it's not there, they'll get upset, and they'll start throwing things around in the backyard.
Oh, well, yeah, I can understand that. Yeah, since you are right there in the area. Now I wouldn't say constantly, like I think it was like a month ago that I took 2 cinnamon rolls in there, and I took a bite out of each of them, I was saying, oh, how yummy they are and everything. And I got the juveniles on video, but did a yummy act, and I left the area. I went right down the bottom of the hill by the front yard. Over to my left, I heard lane brakes, I heard a tree break, I had rocks thrown at me and everything, trying to get me to come to that area so they could get to the cinnamon rolls. So I didn't move, but I heard them run up the hill. I heard them start chanting. I'm like, okay. I waited about 20 minutes, and I went back, and what they did, they took the cinnamon buns, but they left 2 little objects. They left a little square with the X in it. Then they took a stick and broke it into 3 pieces and made it look like a cup and laid a pine in the right in the middle of it. Now these are the juveniles doing this and everything. So I don't. Now, as far as the adult goes, I guess the day watcher, he watches what they're doing, but he's not interacting with
Right.
everything. Well, but every time I go into my area, I got them on video. I got last mile squirrel hunting out there. I got 4 of them in front of me. I got one laying on his belly behind a little stump. I got one just sitting behind the lower brush. I got another one leaning up against the tree behind the lower brush, and I got one in a V of a tree peeping around looking at me. You can see from his nose up and everything. So these guys follow me around constantly. But they don't bother me though. It's just they're curious.
Yeah.
But right now, rifle season's going to come in a couple of weeks, and in my areas they migrate when rifle season comes in, and then I won't see any more hide nor hair of them until springtime. Now, do yours migrate, or do they just stay within it? Better yet, what do you think is the roaming range of their area?
Well, probably I'd say I'm going to say about 5 years ago, these things came around here at the harvest time, and once the harvest time would be done with, they would go back up into the mountains. And but now, within the past 3 years, they've learned how to adapt to this area, so they stay around this area throughout the whole winter season, year round.
Oh, okay. Do you think it's because of the weather, or do you think it's for the food source?
The food source.
All right. Because like me, I live in a big salad bowl, and the main food source here is turkey and deer, squirrel, rabbit, stuff like that. And have you ever found any like deer up in a tree or something?
I haven't heard anything, but I have heard several times that one of the a couple of the communities here have had sheep thrown up in the tree. Not only that, but also our neighbors have their pet dogs, two of them that were wrapped around the tree as well. One going over the tree and hanging.
Oh, okay. Like I said, if anybody has any questions for me, just go ahead and go to my chat line on the link I sent that I put out there, and if you got any questions, go ahead and ask. Later, if you have any questions.
Let's see. Yeah. I did have one, but it left my mind.
Huh.
Give me a second and come back to me.
Okay. How about you, Katie?
What's the food source out there?
What's the food source in your area, Brenda?
So we, like I said, we're just pretty much finished up with the harvest, which is they really like the corn potatoes, onions, fruit trees, watermelon. Once those are all gone and that's when they start coming in for, they still do it, they start getting into the livestock. Sheep, goats, cats, dogs, chickens, rabbits, you know, they'll eat all of those stuff.
So they got a good food.
Absolutely, dogs feed that left hand will eat that stuff as well. Livestock feed that has got corn in it as well.
Basically, they got an excellent food source. So.
Yes.
Well, that's good. Okay, we're going to go ahead and turn out here. So my last question to you is, what is your main goal, and what is your main goal in squatching, and what do you hope to accomplish?
Like I said, my main goal is, to get the safety out there. I'm just really concerned for the people's safety. That is my goal. I just want people to be safe out there. Whether they be out in the woods, investigating or, going taking a look and stuff. If you don't know what you're doing, don't be out there. Always have someone with you. Never go alone. Even, that even goes for myself. There are times when I do go out alone, and that's just me, but I usually have also one of their family members that are out there with me as well. So, but I always try to go, if you're going to go in the larger area, you might have to go out along the river. I always go with someone. There were several guys with me, or, especially out in the mountains. I always try to take several guys with me as well.
Okay. All right. Okay, folks. That was the interview with Brenda Harris. Brenda, I thank you so very much, and hope to have you back again sometimes. And keep tabs with me on your research, and I'll be throwing you videos and everything that I do in my area. Hope that helps. We'll help each other out, as far as information goes, stuff like that. There. Well, my name's Rick. Okay. All right. I'll thank you, and you have a nice evening. And I'll send you a copy of this video. Okay.
All right. Thank you.
All right. Thank you.
Nice evening.
Okay. Bye-bye. Okay, folks. That was the interview with Brenda Harris. Hope y'all learned something, because I know I did, and everything. So, honey, like I said, Mike, of course you know my name. Duh. Okay. If you want to see my videos, check up on me. Go to Freddy59100 and watch the videos and everything. And we will catch y'all on the rebound. Stay on it.